World War II is a pretty popular topic for film. However, it's not always the most accurately portrayed. Let's take a look at some of the worst offenders, starting with one that's intentionally inaccurate. I think it goes without saying that Hitler was not in fact killed by a secret team of Nazi hunters in a cinema set ambush. However, that's the ending of Tarantino war film Inglourious Basterds. Pearl Harbor pretty much proved that Michael Bay should stick to films about trucks that are secretly Spock. The overlong war film is loaded with too many inaccuracies to list. However, the most egregious comes during the attack on the naval base, with Japanese forces attacking civilians and hospitals. Not only is it completely false, it's also pretty offensive to a military that intentionally avoided civilian targets. Of course, Americans always have to make World War II about themselves, and there's no better example of that than U-571. This movie replaces the real-life British forces with Americans, and credits breaking the German Enigma machine to the US. The Tuskegee Airmen are legitimate American heroes, however. It's too bad that the big-budget film about them was crafted by George Lucas. Red Tails ignores most of the real racism and bigotry the airmen faced. Most of the racism in the film comes from the occasional white commander, but real life was far more brutal to the World War II heroes. On top of that, I'm pretty sure those planes didn't have that much ammo on board. Spielberg's Saving Private Ryan has long been hailed as one of the most accurate World War II films ever made. Unfortunately, even this classic is not without its flaws. While the characters are fictional, their mission is based on real military policy. However, they wouldn't have traveled out in the open during the day. Units like this would travel at night for pretty obvious reasons. Nolan has already proven he will focus on excitement over accuracy when he made Dunkirk. His latest hit, Oppenheimer, continues that trend. In the biopic, the initial test of the atomic bomb is said to be a guarded secret. In reality, the explosion was so big that it was impossible for the public not to notice, especially with windows blown out miles away. One of the best things about Nazis is watching them be subjugated to a bloody revenge-fueled rampage. The recent film Sisu may be satisfying, but it's entirely fictional. It does have some historical parallels to the story of the White Death, but this crowd pleaser is pure fantasy. And one of cinema's most inaccurate depictions of a pivotal moment. Battle of the Bulge is a 1965 film that highly condenses the massive turning point in the war. Critics at the time lambasted the film for using fictional characters and for focusing on action over accuracy.